favorites.
Not even close.
He hates that shit.
I do.
And for me, that's like the most fun stuff to play and write. And
Because I guess it's kind of like watching football. You don't like watching football?
Not at all like watching football.
I guess if I was playing it, it was fun, I might enjoy it, but I'm not playing it. So
Okay.
it's kind of like you don't want to watch football because you're not playing it.
Well,
You know what I mean?
no, it's not like that.
Yes, exactly.
It's fine. It's really, it's okay. Because sometimes I like football. You never like Prague.
Never. Although I did not know that Jethro Tull was considered Prague, and I like Jethro Tull.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Gail says your interviews were amazing.
You watched them all? I did them all. They were nuts.
Yeah, he posted them on in the group.
Man.
If you want to hear the interviews he's been doing for Zoom.
And I'll tell you the challenge about doing this much press at the same time. And I've been doing almost one every day for the past couple of weeks. And you don't want to just have the generic answer, like when somebody says to you, well, what's it like to ABC? You don't want to say, well, it's like this and that and the other thing in every interview. But so I said to myself before I started this junket of interviews, I said, I'm not going to answer the same question the same way twice. And I'm not going to tell the same story, and I'm not going to make the same example. And man, guess what?
You did?
Of course I did.
It's because there's only really one answer.
Well, there really is only one. That's true. There really only is one answer.
Right.
The trick is to get into a conversation about that answer that takes you to a place because you've got somebody engaged in it. The thing that was weird about doing interviews, back in the 80s when, we did them as Rat Race, but we didn't do them every day. And it was a much different thing, because when you do press for a tour, you do it up front of the tour. You're not out there. Sometimes reviewers will come to see the show and they'll try to come backstage and see if they can get a quote or something. But we used to do all the press at one time. Boom. Everything, in like the same couple of days during rehearsal. And I remember one time we had press in the middle of the tour. We had to do satellite broadcast, which is where you go to one place, one studio, and you do like 10 or 15 different shows from the same location. This is going back to the 90s. And so we had what we like to do in the later years was we would lease a car so that we always, because you can't just go riding around town in a tour bus. It's a little, it's hard to park and it's hard to not stand out. So we used to lease a car that we would take with us, and we would tell one of the roadies, just follow the bus in the car and don't get lost. And it worked out perfectly. So if we were in a town, even if we had just gotten there, no, that's already done. Even if we had just gotten there, we could hop in the car and go driving around and look at stuff, which is a lot of the time what we did. Or if we didn't want to be on the same schedule as everybody else, we would take the car. Sometimes we would drive if we were in a nice place. It was a cool thing to do. Anyway, we're coming home. We actually did a gig in Hartford, I think it was. Might have been New Haven. It was up north, and we're coming home on the Merritt Parkway. And I got John in the passenger seat and Joe Berger in the back seat, our front of house sound guy, and the guy who in fact introduced us all to John. And all of a sudden I come over, if you know the Merritt Parkway at all, I come over one of those big long hills, and all of a sudden there's like a line of traffic stopped dead. And so I say, hold on. It's not like I've been in a lot of these situations with either one of these guys. and I slam on the brakes, and we come to a screeching halt, maybe this far from the car in front of us. But Cheech and Chong happened to be in the car behind us, and I'm not sure that they saw the line or any of the brake lights or anything else. And blam, they plowed into the back of this. It was a Cadillac DeVille. They just plowed into the back of it, and luckily we had the Joe Berger airbag in the back seat, which broke our impact. But I called the office and I said, we need another car. This one's messed up and we really need another car. And we were near the exit for Westchester Airport, which is a place to get cars. So you called up?
Yeah, I sure did.
She sure did.
Mhm.
Called up and said, we need another car. And they said, well, we don't have any more Cadillacs, but we had, what was it that we got? Some Buick, something Supreme, something.
Seriously.
And
don't
so
remember.
and she said, they're in a hurry because the point of the story is we were going down to the city to the studio to do these like 15 radio stations at one shot, and it's satellite time, so you got to be on time. And if you're not on time, it looks bad. So we get crushed from behind, and now we're driving in a thing that's doing this, and we're only a couple of miles from the airport. And I said, Lori, you got to get us another car. So she does. And they said, we'll have it waiting for you right out in front. We understand it's a celebrity talking about John, and we'll do whatever we can to accommodate you. Sorry, we don't have another Cadillac, but anyway. And we pull up in what arguably was something out of a comedy. I mean, this car was so mangled in the back, and John's suitcases were wedged in. We had to break the trunk open. But sure enough, there was a green, almost the same color Buick waiting right out in front of the rental place. So we pulled up, we forced the trunk the rest of the way open, threw John's bags in the back of the trunk of the other car, the new car, got in and took off. You want to finish the story? They said, bring it back.
Yeah.
You have to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't bring it back. We'll bring it back when we're done.
Yeah.
And off into the night we went.
Oh, Sue says she loves the music. She got the CD. She loves the music.
Oh, yeah? That's good. Because that's really good.
And Lori said she loved the interview. There's more interviews. We have posted more interviews. Go in the group.
Some of the interviews are mirrors. Like there are guys that broadcast on multiple channels, and it's a whole different world out there. But I will tell you this, and I spoke to Chris Giese from Base Magazine today, and I've spoken to him before. It's been 20 years, but just after John passed, he reached out to me for a quote or whatever. And what a nice guy. He's the only person that I knew from the olden days that I've, done the interviews with. But all of these journalists are so nice, whether it's a podcast or a phoner or, a video live stream. And it's very different than it was once upon a time. All really professional people, and it's been a lot of fun. Because if you want me to answer questions, it's something I love to do. So what else? Got any other questions?
No.
Did I wake you?
No, you've been rambling on, so I don't want to interrupt.
Since when?
I thought I'd let you get your story.
No, you did. I got my story, and that's my story. That's my story.
Clark Gayton, a brand new show tonight. It's called, as you might have seen, Memory Lane Monday.
Yeah, I figured on Mondays.
It's not a throwback. It's a brand new show.
Yeah, it's a new show with someone who's been on before. We have this crack productions team that keeps churning these ideas out. We can't keep up with them. So we don't. But this is Mondays for a while. So we're going to have people that we had on before. It'll be probably a half hour, 35 minutes. And then, Angus will set us up with his usual humor and schedule for the week. And he'll tell us who we have on tomorrow and so on and so forth. So that's all the news that's fit to print. And So, actually, I should have brought them in here. I got the booklets today, the picture book that comes with the bundle, and it's nice. It's I worked on that stuff for so long with Lee Stokes, who did the layout for the album cover, and made whatever changes we needed to be made. And you almost get numb to it. You read stuff and it says whatever you want it to say. There's no such thing as proofreading after a while. But I'm really pleased with the way the record came out, and the exposure, and
Oh, it's
the
number 13.
number
We got
13 on the
yeah,
charts
on
on Amazon.
Amazon's
I would have to look.
the
I get
Amazon
this
sale.
stuff every day. It's
Oh,
like the
Lori
coolest
didn't get
thing.
hers yet. She's still waiting.
What happened?
Lori hasn't gotten hers yet.
They're fine. There's a fine. Let me see if I can find this. Charlie.
And Sue couldn't find the jewelry on the website.
John comes out. If you can't find it, I'll send you the link. But it's John comes out of the gate at 13. Please see attachment of pre-order units at Amazon.com. Data has been updated through 11/3. So the top 25. Who's number one?
I don't know, but Sue,
Iron Maiden. How'd they beat us? No, I'm kidding. Nickelback, Daft Punk, Louis Tomlinson. That's from isn't that Louis from
I don't know. From what?
help
Does
me
he
out?
dance?
One Direction.
What? Is that his last name?
Oh. But you just gotta see the faces. It's like, what?
Oh, really? That's what I look like?
No, not quite like that.
Wow. Wow.
No
Gail
dinner
didn't get hers
tonight.
yet either. She's still waiting.
Backstreet Boys, Duran Duran, Louie, Betty Who, Nickelback, Luke Evans, Celtic Frost, and John Entwistle.
Okay, I
Lucky
think the children
13.
are confused.
What are they confused
They
about?
think they can order the necklace separately, but I don't think you can, right? It's a package.
Well, it's the bundle that you
Right,
either
you
get
the
the
CD, the necklace, and the booklet,
right,
or you just get the CD.
or you just get the CD.
So if you order just the CD,
That's what you got.
you can't just order the necklace separately.
Yeah, but although you might be able to, because they did a limited run of those, of the necklaces and the keychains, and if they don't sell out, they'll put them on the website on johnentwistle.com, and you can get them that way. And if you really have to have one, kids, I'll figure it out for you. Well, Lori will figure it out for you. You go under the bus.
I live under the bus.
Oh,
Ha!
wow.
I'm used to the bus.
Is it greasy down there?
No, it's quite nice.
I'm sure. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, let's see. So where are we now? We're, where are we? South Fort Myers.
I don't know. I find myself, I'm tired because it's really like 8:15.
Yeah, you finally feel untired? Is that what you said?
No, I am
Oh, you
tired.
are tired. Because it's really 8. Oh, so she's usually going like this at this time,
Yeah, that's right.
but not tonight.
Now I'm yawning. Oh, okay. Lori ordered the package with the keychain.
Well, I haven't even seen the keychain yet, but I'll
No?
tell you an interesting fact. You heard the thing about we entered the charts, the Amazon pre-orders at number 13. There are 13 tracks on the record. There were 13 episodes of Vampires.
And you had
And
13 days or something?
we had no, we signed the deal on the 13.
Right. It was a lot of 13.
We had 13 weeks, I think, till the
that's right,
show
yeah.
to
write the stuff.
it was nuts.
So 13 was their number.
It was
And now it's 13th on Amazon. Number 13.
And none of this is done on purpose. It's not like, oh, let's wait till tomorrow so we can. It just happened. It's very Entwistle. Although his lucky number was 8, 13 seems to be working pretty good for us.
Now Sue's going to try to wake up to see the lunar eclipse.
Really?
That's like 6 in the morning, I think.
But what time now is it really? Is it real 6 in the morning, like the
Yeah.
way your clock is now, or?
Yes. Because it's really 6 in the morning.
So what will you think it is? 7 in the morning? Or what would what will it feel like?
Yeah,
that's
feel like
almost
7.
So you want to go see it?
Nope. I'll be sleeping at that time.
Yeah. So let's see. What else is exciting? Where's Clark?
I don't know.
Clark, come in.
We have another hurricane headed our way.
Yeah, there's some good news. Another hurricane going to get us from the other side.
It is going to come in as a category 1.
Nah.
I just saw the cone. The cone.
You know, you brought the other one here with your cone.
I did not bring anything anywhere. I am to blame.
You and all the other people that thought it was coming here. I was trying to deflect it with positive energy, and that didn't work. I was looking through the pictures today of that thing. Man, we got hammered. I mean,
the initial phase of the eclipse begins at 3:02 a.m. Partial eclipse begins at 4:09.
Wow, those are both. Never mind. Is Pat Romano watching?
And it's the blood moon.
Those are both Chevy Motors, a 302 and a 409.
He's still in jail.
Is he still in jail? What did he do?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know either.
No.
We don't like to know that kind of stuff because it just gets in the way.
Yeah.
So let's see now.
So let's see. It ends at 6:42. Totality begins at 5:17 a.m.
Didn't totality always begin at 5:17 a.m.?
Totality of what?
Wastedness.
Sometimes it happens sooner than that for me.
yeah, to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't change a thing.
Well, there you go.
I wouldn't. It was, those, because we survived. If we had died, then I might have changed some stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we escaped unscathed.
Yeah, and we didn't even have to get in a program.
No, we didn't. We didn't do that with any of that stuff.
We just had some fun.
We didn't do that with anything. We just had fun and escaped. Luckily, hang on, I gotta.
Gail misses Pat's pictures.
Yeah, I don't.
There were some creepy things.
Some of the stuff that he does is hysterical, but some of it is
creepy. You can't unsee it.
Yeah, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's us.
Laura misses his pictures too, and all of his great info.
Do you have the thing on your phone where you talk stuff into it? Because everything that I say, if I don't turn the button off, goes and does this. Have you ever had that happen to you?
Oh, it keeps
dot.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. They changed the operating system, and who did I just send it to?
I don't know what you're sending.
Sending it to. I'm having a meltdown.
Oh, we got Dominic Peranti in from North Carolina.
Dominic, is there pizza in North Carolina, Dom? I'm not thinking there is. Is there?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. He'll tell us.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on here? Selena Gomez, My Mind and Me. Has anybody seen this?
I want to see that.
You do. It's on Apple TV. Well,
I know. Oh, with our Roku, we get 3 months of Apple TV for free. We get 1 month of Amazon for free. That's working out good.
I gotta tell you, the Roku thing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's.
You have the 14 Pro.
What 14
phone?
Pro? No, 13 Pro Max. And I'm glad I didn't get the 14 because all the people left the factory in China.
Right. Yeah.
13 Pro Max. The blue one. It's nice. I mean, I like it. It's heavy. I drop it a lot, which is weird.
It's very.
I'm used to like.
He said he sounds okay. Dominic said I actually found some okay pizza at Vinny's.
At
And
what?
Vinny's.
Oh, I thought
What
you said
city is that?
Denny's. I was gonna say he's been there too long.
What city is that in North Carolina, Dominic? Laurie says you can do anything with Roku. She's got it and she loves it.
I tell you what, I'm a fan,
Me
and
too.
we were looking at the only thing I don't know is when they broadcast something like a sporting event, do they store it? I mean, can you go or do you have to do the cloud thing, which I don't mind, but you
You
know.
can go on Peacock, I guess.
Well, you see this, Lori, honey? This is a DVR.
Yeah. So we can use that.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's 4K. It's a few years old, that one. Anyway.
Oh, he's in Winston-Salem, y'all.
Oh, I played Winston-Salem.
So the Vinny's in Winston-Salem has some pretty okay pizza for any of you New Yorkers in that area.
Winston-Salem. I have a Winston-Salem story since it looks like it's story time.
Laurie says you got to store it in the cloud.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah. And Pat wants you to know he will return on Wednesday. Well,
Thanks for the warning.
you might want to tell him to stay out of jail because you guys miss his pictures and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, play by the rules. But you see, some people have to do that. They really are compelled to speak their mind to their own detriment sometimes.
Yeah.
And you know what? You got to respect that.
That's me when I'm drunk. I have to speak my mind to my own detriment.
Yeah, and
That's why I
mine.
don't get drunk anymore.
No, you don't get drunk any less.
No.
I remember
What?
the last time you were drunk was at the Cophams, that party.
Yes, yep.
And I was laughing my ass off for whatever reason it was on the way home from there. It was,
I got sick as
yeah.
It was a wine tasting thing, and they didn't give you. They gave you like 2 peas and a carrot. To eat.
No. It wasn't that thing where with the
that
raw
shrimp, and you squeeze a lime on it.
and it's supposed to cook the shrimp.
It's like, are you kidding me?
So I ate it. I'm fear factor, but she didn't eat it. In fact, you didn't eat anything because it was all stuff you didn't want.
Wait, Dominic said something really disgusting.
Oh, don't read it then.
I went to breakfast this weekend. They asked if I wanted grits, home fries, or liver mush. I had to ask, what the hell is, I've never heard of liver mush. Blah! That's like turning my stomach.
Not
just
liver
thinking.
worst?
No,
Liver mush?
liver mush.
You can't say that kind of shit, Dom. She'll puke.
I will.
We went to a place called Origami because I like sushi and she does not like sushi, but they had
I don't know. I don't like sushi.
what did they have there that you
Teriyaki or the.
Oh, okay. So whatever. Regular food kind of thing.
Well, they had the tempura fried.
Right, but is that what? It's
vegetables.
not Korean. They have Korean
No.
barbecue there.
No.
Anyway.
Oh,
You should-
he said liver mush is the same as scrapple.
Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks for
Ugh.
that. I'll look it up. We're sitting there.
I don't want that.
We're sitting there and we're just trying to decide what to order. And I'm doing the sushi. That's what it is for me. That's why I'm there. And she's looking on the menu and she can't figure out what anything is. And do I like this? And then the lady, the waitress comes out with this, it looked like a plate of noodles with like brown
Vegetables.
stew on it with vegetables in it.
For
And
somebody next to us.
right. And she says, "What is that?" And the girl says, "Bajama, bajama." And Lori says, "Okay, good, I'll have that." So they bring the food out. And it's bad when somebody does this, when somebody puts something in their mouth and they go,
It was cooked stuff.
and then they pull something out, right? And she goes, "What is this?" And I said, "I don't know what that is. I don't even know what you're eating." So
It was rubbery. It felt like hard-boiled egg, but it was like it was not hard-boiled egg.
so the waitress comes over and said,
What is this?
She says, "What is this?" And the waitress goes, "Fish egg." And she says, "What?" And the lady says, "Fish cake."
And I said to Steve, I think she said fish
I
cake.
think
This is not fish
she
cake.
said, "I think she said fish cake." I said, "I don't think you heard what she said."
Oh, and my imagination.
That was it.
Like, I'm thinking fish face.
That was
That
it.
was it.
She started freaking,
I
and
ran
I
to
could
the
see her
bathroom.
getting white, and she said, "I'm gonna go,"
And
and
I
got
go,
up.
Yep.
And I knew, I've
And
had
both
enough.
stalls had somebody in it, so I had to puke
Yeah.
in the sink.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she had to puke in the sink.
and I didn't even eat.
No shit.
And I never went back there.
Oh well.
No.
All right, let's see. Well, we're getting texted here. Text.
From who?
Angus.
What's Angus got to say? Angus is feeling better, by the way.
Yeah, we're happy to
But he
report
said, you do not want to get that.
and he's right. I do not want to get that. And
He
I
said
don't
they
care
were
if I
so
look
sick.
like whatever it is you look like with that thing on your face. I don't really give a shit.
I don't either. Like I said, I'm way past looking cool.
Yeah, well,
I used to wouldn't wear like heavy coats in the winter because they covered up my cute outfit. Forget that.
I what?
Wouldn't wear heavy coats in the winter because they before you.
Before me. So what winter was that? Winter where?
Smithtown.
Oh, okay. I guess it gets cold in Smithtown.
It freaking gets very cold in Smithtown, especially if you're right from Louisiana. So Laurie
And
Richardson,
you were
she
right
said
from
she gets
Louisiana.
it about the fish. She gets it. Yeah, no.
So anyway, I know what's going to happen. I know she's going to go to the. I didn't know that someone was going to be in the stall and she was going to have to throw up in the sink.
There was somebody in both stalls.
Oh, both.
And
But I
just,
knew some puking was going to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
she's pukey.
I'm puking. We watched.
I have held her hair back many times,
Oh.
and so I'm sitting at the table now by myself in a crowded restaurant, trying to hold back laughter. It looks like I'm having a nervous breakdown. The tears are running down my face, and girl comes
And he's
back
sitting
over.
there by himself.
I'm sitting by myself, right? And the girl comes, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, great.
Yeah, his
It's all
sushi
good."
was
My,
great.
yeah,
My fish face, on the other hand.
fish face
Oh.
didn't go down so well, and it's just I love that.
Oh, it was disgusting. So
It was pretty nasty. And I had, well, anyway. So Angus,
where is Agnes?
I don't know. He's probably floating around out there. You know what? I'm going to see if I missed something from last week. Let's see. Did I play this? Yes, I did.
I'll tell you what
Okay.
you didn't play.
You can't do that. All right, no. I would have programmed it if I thought,
That Clark wasn't coming in.
that Memory Lane Monday. Come on, we
We're
have
going down memory lane.
memories. Come on, yeah.
We just did. We went down
Yeah.
memory
Well,
lane.
we got
about
another half
fish
hour
fish.
to go down of the lane to go down. You don't have any memories?
Memories. I have a memory of that song.
At your prom?
No, I didn't go to a prom,
I
but
didn't-
I graduated in '75, and the students of my graduating class picked that song to be our class song. Memories, and I'm thinking memories of I don't want to
way
see
we
these
were.
people ever again.
I don't want to see these people ever again.
That was my memories. Like, get me out of this school.
Man. And so what? You had to fake living at your grandmother's house so you could go to the right school? Because I kind of had to do that.
No, I graduated from the school that I was supposed to go to.
Yeah, but didn't you have to?
Yeah, in 9th grade and half of 10th until I got expelled.
And what happened after that?
Then I had to go to Slidell High, and that's where all the hippies
like
were.
Fort
The
Myers
hippies
High?
were not at that place. It was all like
Jocks and rich kids?
Yeah, and
Nice.
I was not into it.
No, I'd rather go to the female impersonator bar down on Chapatulas.
No, it was on Bourbon Street.
Oh, I know. I'm lucky I even remembered how to say those things.
I had fun.
I know
I brought you there.
You did bring me there. I thought I was looking at Cheryl Ladd. Turned out to be Charlie Ladd. But hey, nice work, you know?
Oh, Dominic wants to know where Swimming Rainbow Remy is. I don't think he swims around during this part of the
He
show.
can. Would you like him to swim around? I can, believe me.
He's purple too.
Mojo can handle it. Where are you?
Sue says no problem for her either.
There he
No,
is.
me neither. I couldn't
You
wait
just
to
gotta
get
find
out
out
of that.
where he is. Where are you, Rem? Oh, he's go. Oh, where is he? I don't know where he is. That's interesting. I think he bailed on me, Dom.
No swimming Remy?
Yeah. Now he's like off. I don't know. Don't understand it.
Okay, well,
So, yeah,
Mark
anyway.
Visconti wants to know. Tell us what you remember from the first Rat Race choir performance in 1968.
That would be July 18th, 1968, at the YWCA, Young Women's Christian Association, on North Street in White Plains. It was a mixer, and there were the people were bussed in. They came in on buses, and it was all girls. I don't know where they came from. They were not the kind of girls that I was used to seeing or pursuing.
Why? Where were they?
I don't know.
I've never heard this.
I don't want to get in any trouble.
Well,
But it was a mixer. They brought these girls from somewhere. They were, you know, where
it sounds like something they would do in the 40s and 50s.
it was very much like that. It was absolutely that, because the other bus had cadets on it.
Oh man,
Oh,
for the girls to dance with.
or vice versa.
Right.
And
I was, yeah.
And so, yeah, guys, let's play Light My Fire. I remember I drew big eyes on one of my on a white shirt, white button-down shirt, because that was my stage clothes.
Why did you see somebody with big eyes on a shirt?
Yeah, Hendrix had the big eyes on his jacket.
Ah.
Had to
Well,
go
Ari
with
said,
that.
were they young Christians?
They must have been, right? I mean, you got to be a member if you want to get in there. Anyway, it was
So
the
they had
most.
you playing a young Christian mixer.
It was the most with cadets, with the military cadets. I guess they were, I don't know, Army
guess,
cadets, probably from West Point or something like that. I don't even know, man. But it was the weirdest. We were just happy to have a gig, and it was one of those things. I remember it so clearly when we actually knew that we were going to play our first gig as the band with Chris and Epi and Dave and me. It was like, it seemed like forever till the gig was going to get there. And as the days got closer, you got to remember something like that, either getting out of school or a birthday or something, that the days just crawled by. And 8 more days. I can't, 8 more, 7 more days. What time is it? And then it finally gets there, right? And I mean, and we are stoked. We are just ready to rip. And
And well, Mark wants to know, do you remember what song you opened with?
Light My
Was
what
it
we
Light My
opened
Fire?
with. No, it wasn't Light My Fire. That was the solos. It was geez, I wonder, can I remember what we opened with? It was probably, man, it
A
might have
lot of
been
years ago.
might have been a Hendrix song. It could have been some Motown. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, for the Christian girls' sake, I hope it was some Motown, because I don't know if they'd be dancing to Hendrix.
Well, they were. It was pretty awkward, and we were loud, of course, and freaky looking, and that's when we started getting. That's when we all started going out, because we were having band pictures taken, because now this shit was serious, and everybody went out and bought clothes at places, you know.
Cool clothes.
Cool clothes, and and we never looked back. It wasn't like, well, what are we going to do next week? We pretty much knew what we were going to do next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and it just went on until it didn't. But it was great because the best thing about it was playing 300 nights a year. You get to learn and try and do some pretty cool stuff musically. And if that's what I mean, if you're about stretching yourself to be the best musician that you can be in your, whatever it is you do.
Okay, Skip was not at that show. He was not their manager yet.
No, Skip didn't come on the scene until the 70s.
Yep. And Laurie wants to know, did they like it? It sounds like they didn't.
I don't know if they liked it or not. I mean, I don't know. It was
Did you have the manager that got egged at this time?
No,
Or you didn't have a
I think we still had Rob Teagle, Tiny, as our manager.
Was that the one in the leisure suits?
No, no, that was
That's the one that got egged, right?
yeah, what was his name? Oh God, we were just talking about him. I can't remember, with the GTO, the Le Mans, whatever it was. It's Alan a Day, and what the hell was his
Why,
name?
he was friends with the Alan?
Yeah, that's how we met Alan.
Huh?
Alan was doing sound for it. It was, oh God, I just had it.
See, we're going down memory lane.
Yeah, we are going down memory lane, but there's acid down there. But Bruce Inslee, boom.
Okay,
Thank you.
so Tiny Teagle was your first manager?
Tiny Teagle was our first manager. I didn't even know what a manager was. He was just stronger and bigger than everybody else, so he did the equipment.
Right, and he wasn't really getting you gigs.
No.
But
I
then
don't know how we got gigs. I
thought
like
Bruce in his leisure suit got you some gigs.
Well, he did. We played at the Harrison Theater, and we did a bunch of concert things. And I mean, he just wasn't. He didn't really fall into our identity,
And
But
those-
Alan did. Alan was like one of us, man, from the beginning. And that's when, look, if it wasn't for Bruce, who introduced us to Alan, I mean, they were kind of like a double act. And the weirdest thing is, Alan grew up in the house next to my grandparents' house on North Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right down the street from the entrance to Westchester Country Club, where many unusual things happened. I'm not telling that story.
No, but you can tell about Tiny, not Tiny, the other guy, the leisure suit guy.
The egg thing? With this guy was one of those, he was good at what he did. He was a hustler, he dressed the part, even though it was a leisure suit. Still, the guy was like, he was living it.
And he was managing.
And he had, his Bruce Inslee Productions, and he was putting on concerts. And I remember it was one of the biggest shows we ever did was at that theater that he put on. So he did a lot of good for us. He was just a little too stiff. And he was all about his Le Mans. He had a Pontiac Le Mans. I guess it had to be a 68, right?
And was he older than you guys?
Yeah. Yeah. He was, I was 16, I think. Like that. We were kids.
Mm-hmm.
68, mid 68. I would have been 15, because I hadn't turned 16 yet.
Okay.
Anyway, so he picks us up. It's Halloween night. He picks us up in this brand new Pontiac, secretly disguised as a Le Mans in a GTO, which is.
What does that mean?
It means that he was telling us that it was really a GTO, but it wasn't a GTO. It was a Le Mans. It's like this.
He was selling you a wolf ticket.
Yeah, he was selling a wolf ticket. It's like saying, that you have like a Yanko. Anyway, so he's all about the car. Be careful when you get in. And I said, well, I got to sit in the front seat or my knees, so I was tall and blah blah blah. And Dave and Alan were in the back seat, and guys driving. Halloween, we're going to a gig. We're going to go play a show. And all of a sudden you hear, And the guy, and he goes, what was that? And I said, I think he got hit by an egg, man. I think he got egged. So what does he do in his brand new Le Mans / GTO, not GTO? Stops in the middle of North Street and gets out of the car and says, who did that?
And you being a big kid knew that was a mistake, right?
I knew that was a big mistake because he found out who did that like 30 times. It sounded like, it was like, it had to be 3 or 4 kids with a dozen eggs each, and they were just pelting this guy and his car, and it was getting all over the interior, and he was like, hey, you kids, are you stupid? Drive away.
I guess he messed up his car a little bit.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, Laurie said that her brother Kim had a 67 GTO.
Yeah,
All
a real
right.
GTO, right?
Yeah.
That's 67. That's I think Mark had a Formula 400. Mark and Dave were in the Pontiac Club. I was not.
Now that's a goat, right?
Goat, yeah, GTO.
Mm-hmm.
Not greatest of all time.
Right.
Gran Turismo something in Italian. Anyway.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I guess y'all figured that this guy was not the right manager for you.
Well, I think what happened was, he wasn't. I remember what happened with Skip was we were playing Turner Park in Silver Lake off of Lake Street at the Showmobile. We were on stage at Showmobile. I'm pretty sure it was early 71 or late 70.
So the Showmobile is like a
Showmobile.
mobile stage that they drive and put
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, it says Showmobile on it. And you feel like a dork, but it's okay. And we were playing in this park, and there was lots of people there, and Skip lived in the apartment behind us, 30 Lake Street, I think it was.
Behind where you were playing?
Behind, yeah, like, so he could hear the band like echoing off the other buildings, and he was watching us play, and he came down and he said, you guys want to play in the Hamptons? And we were like, what? What is that?
Do they have a Showmobile?
And he said, I'm a bartender at a club, and I think you guys are great, and I could get you, I think the first time we went out there was for either a few weeks or a month. We didn't go out for the whole summer in 71. And that was when we lived in the Palace.
Oh, right. Now explain what the Palace was.
Okay, so the venue is Middy's General Store, which is a colonial, like plantation type mansion. And what they did was they kept all the rooms upstairs, because eventually, after it was a plantation, it became a whorehouse.
Right.
But they used to run rum up through the,
Did they have plantations in New York?
well, plantation style, big with the columns and
yeah.
all that shit. So what they did, they used to run rum up through whatever they are, the tributaries that lead, they smuggled shit in, and it was a speakeasy back during Prohibition when nobody went out.
Because it was on the water, right?
No, it wasn't on the water, but it was so far out on Long Island, there was nothing out there in the Hamptons in those days. So they just used to, pay off whatever cops felt like driving that far. And the socialites, the people would come out and they'd party there.
Like in The Great Gatsby.
Yes, just like in The Great Gatsby.
Mm-hmm.
So the first year that we were there, they had another structure, another house on the property that we named Buckingham Palace, and they told us, well, you guys can have this. This is where you can live.
And it had no furniture in it, right?
It was just empty. I was like,
no refrigerator,
we
no
can
furniture.
live here?
How big was the house? How many rooms?
It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms upstairs.
Oh, I'm picturing like a little shed.
No, Faith, thanks. No, and we never saw the downstairs, but it was just because someone, I guess, lived there, or I don't
Oh,
know
the
why.
stairs were outside of
The
the
stairs were
place?
outside, and you walked up the
Ah.
stairs and went in there, and there was, because I remember the big room that was at the end of the hall. That's where everybody dragged equipment covers or whatever we had from the gear and laid on the floor, and eventually,
You
people.
said you and Larry ended up going and hanging out in another room.
Yeah, we had to because it was you couldn't get any sleep, and it was
This
it
party
was
house.
insane. Oh, it was so we nicknamed it Buckingham Palace, and it became the Palace. And I remember I made a recording from there because I had my tape deck, and it's when next time we go out past the control room, look, there's a yellow cassette, and it says "Party at the Palace" right there.
We have to listen to it.
Oh shit!
Hey,
Yeah,
you might
we-
find another hit like Freedom on it.
No. It's all us telling stories and stupid shit. It's really, it's underage kids. Hey,
Yeah.
it's underage
That are
kids
high,
just being
telling
stupid.
stories.
Yeah, they're very high, telling stories, making jokes. Or oh, wait a minute.
Aha!
Agnes, how are you?
Was that?
Nothing.
Was he trying to get in before?
I didn't see him trying to get in.
No, because I had you on YouTube, and it sounded like you were saying, oh, like he was there, and then he couldn't get in or something.
No. I've been stretching.
We've been going
Hey
down
man,
memory
it's,
lane.
you know what? It's fine. It's showbiz. You know what I mean?
2.5 years, it never happened. Anyway, if you want to finish your story about the house out in the Hamptons.
Finished it.
I pretty much finished it. That's the first time I ever saw people shoot heroin.
Oh,
They're doing that there?
Yeah, well, Chris's brother and his friend came. That's the whole heroin
Chris
experience.
Murphy?
No,
Peck?
yeah,
Oh, shit.
brother Tommy brought somebody, and it was quite an adventure.
okay, so I'm driving down the street today. Wait, I got a short video for you. Driving down.
So good. Let me turn you up so that I can hear what you're saying.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm not that loud?
No, I got you. No, you're fine. I had it down here because Lori didn't like the fusion song.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Where is he? Okay, here he is. All right, ready? Here he comes. Driving down the street, and I see this. Oh yeah, what song you playing? That's it. Didn't even answer me. All right. And it's a Taylor guitar too. Look at you.
Thriller, though. Roth back there.
There was like $50 in his guitar case.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody gave him $1 to move farther away. Did you see David Lee Roth in the back with the mic stand?
Oh yeah, I saw him too.
Yeah, hey kid, do you know how to play Far, Far Away? Yeah. That's cute. There was $50 in his guitar case.
I saw a 20, I saw a 10, a bunch of singles. There's probably more than $50 in there.
That's it, Steve. Outside with your guitar case.
Yeah, that's it. And it was a Taylor guitar to boot. It's a nice guitar.
Well, what was that he was doing on it? It sounded pretty not so good.
It wasn't too good at all. He wouldn't even answer me.
He was just learning, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
I
it.
mean, I see. Maybe that was for lessons. Well, that was amusing. That really was.
Very good.
I threw a quarter in his case. That's all I got. That's all I had.
Water?
I don't.
Heads up.
I usually don't carry cash with me.
I would have thrown an eighth. He wasn't that good.
Oh, shit.
Oh, anyway. Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So,
All right. Well, I'm getting back in the swing of things now. It took about 3 weeks.
jeez, man, that's like
Oh
that
God.
sucks.
Yes, it is.
Keep hanging around with those high school kids.
Oh, don't even start me with that. Anyway, so Since we have new names for our nights and everything, I have to come up with all new stuff.
Apparently they don't mean anything, but we have new names.
No, no.
Down memory lane
Yeah, we
tonight.
did. We went down memory lane. It's
Memory
fine.
Lane
It's
Monday.
fine. Memory lane Monday. We're sticking with it no matter what.
Oh, Laurie said that water is almost disrespectful.
Yeah. Almost.
Almost.
In either place.
A penny would have been disrespectful.
All right, so
How about some unwrapped candy? Throw
Bag of candy corn
throw in
and
some
start
candy.
throwing it in one at a time.
Great, kid. Play another one. Hey, that's great. Play another one, kid. There you go.
Okay. Let me hit the guest for tomorrow night if he decides to show up.
Well, I'll tell you what. Whenever we start a new format like this, I'm preparing some videos
Yeah.
just in case.
Hey,
Yeah.
just right through it.
No,
We
this-
had
You know,
plenty of
it
memory
throws me
days.
off my game when I think it's going to be one thing, and I'm,
Well,
you know,
You pulled it off.
well, that, you know, do you have any? Do you know,
Yeah,
you know
we
where I
have
learned to
memories.
do that? The first song Mark Hitt ever played with Rari's, he blew his amp.
Yep.
Yep. So I know how to stretch, but please, I'm, you know,
What was the first song?
Stratus by Billy Cobham.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Glen Island.
The song
At
did-
Glen Island Casino, outside,
and
1974.
Sue says someone threw out a Yamaha acoustic guitar with its case, and her friend is selling it in an antique store for her. And the neck is not worked. Wow.
That's good.
what kind of guitar?
Yamaha.
Acoustic with the case. And Sue got it, found it.
Yeah, I don't know what I have an old acoustic, an Ibanez acoustic that I've had since the 70s. I still
Yeah.
have the only acoustic. I had a 12-string once, but then somebody stole it.
I had so many guitars and I never played them. I kept 3 or 4 or 5. I think I have 2 basses. I know I have 2 basses, and my Charvel, my Stratocaster, and my Rain Song. The
What kind of
Graphite
bass?
acoustic.
What kind of basses do you have?
I've got a Farrington, the Kramer acoustic bass, and I have a Cyber bass, which is the John and I both had them. It's PV Cyber bass, but it plays MIDI. It's got this insane cable that comes out of it, and you can plug it into anything, and you can play drums on it or pianos on it. It's amazing. And it's like brand new. The thing, I never really used it for anything other than as a bass. But I had a 62 reissue, and I had a bunch of stuff. I had a beautiful 12-string, but it's just, it's too much after a while.
Yeah, I kept on buying Rickenbackers, and then it'd be like, what am I going to use this for? What am I going to use this for? And I get rid of it. Then I want another.
Basses?
Yeah.
Oh,
And this actually, but it was all before Full House started doing all the Rush, So I'm like, I'm not going to go out and buy a third one now. But anyway, all right, let me hit the guest for tomorrow night.
hey, hit it there, handsome.
Hit it. Here he is, Mr. Here we go. I can't find my mouse. There he is, Mr. Robert Allen.
Guest night.
Yes, Robert Allen, artist publisher from New Jersey.
Ooh, that's a nice looking Strat.
Yeah, I'm going to read you a little bit from his bio. What is his done?
That's Paul, Rick, very nice. Well, he's got all the important tools.
And look at this. There's Steve Holly,
Oh yeah, look at that.
right? And my friend Bruce Engler, the guy I've recorded with.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
great pictures.
yeah, he's got some great stuff there. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Look at that.
So let me read a little bit of his bio. Because he's really into let me just read it. The sounds of Downtown Mystic. That's like his alter ego. His vintage yet modern, continuing the legacy of rockers like Tom Petty and Bruce Springsteen. The music is rooted in all the great traditions of American rock and roll, blending storytelling songs with vintage guitars and analog recordings into a unique style that owes nods to Buffalo Springfield, Beatles, CCR, Rockpile, and the Rolling Stones. I don't know who Rockpile is.
Yeah.
It was a club in,
No, it's a band, Rockpile.
was it
I-
Speaks
was it-
Rockpile?
Yeah, it was the Rockpile
The Rockpile.
or Rockpile, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Did you look it up?
no, I didn't. I've been meaning to, I just haven't got around to it. But yeah, Downtown Mystic is the alter ego of American rocker Robert Allen. He was passionate for old school recordings, borders on obsession. Okay,
Well, but there, there's those guys. There are guys that believe in that genre and don't want to leave it. That whole analog, cables and tubes. I mean, and I can't argue with that. You know what I mean? If you're a traditionalist, that's what you do.
yeah, I mean, you know what? I played bass for years through a Harkey head, and then one time a friend of mine hit a Fender basement head, so I brought that to the gig. It was only like 50 watts, so I had to get another one.
Yeah, of course.
But it sounded so warm. It was such a real nice, smooth sound from that. I loved it.
Yeah, that was great stuff. Fender Bassman back in the day. And did you have the screws that held the amp on the top of the cabinet?
No. It was self-contained. It was in its own case, the basement.
Have a top, a Fender Bassman? It didn't have a top?
It was just the amp. It wasn't the speakers or anything. It was just the amp. I played it through.
I saw. So it was just the top, not the cabinet.
Oh, wait, and you said the name of the band was Rockpile?
Rockpile, yeah.
Sue has heard of them. She said Rockpile are excellent. Nick Lowe,
Oh.
Dave Edmonds.
Yes. Okay, now I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that's what we get for doing our homework.
No, that's what we get for letting Angus do our homework.
yeah. Well, he said now most of his recordings that he does with his original stuff, he's got Steve Holly playing drums, and he's got urban legend bass player Paul Page. Do you know that name?
I do know that name. I don't know Paul Page, but I think I remember that name.
It's got him down as playing with Dion and Ian Hunter.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I know it, because somebody else. That's probably where I heard it. We had somebody else on that was playing with Ian Hunter. Don't you remember?
Yes.
That's probably where I heard Paul
Well, Sue
Page.
has seen them several times.
Well, there you go. That's good.
Yeah. All right, Sue.
He's also done a lot of.
All right, Sue.
He's done a lot of recording with Max Weinberg, and Gary Talent too, from the E Street Band. So he's had them playing, their rhythm tracks on a lot of his stuff. But I've actually known him for many years through my friend Bruce Engler. I played on all his CDs with, because he published a lot of Bruce's stuff, his songs and stuff. But I think he's real excited about coming on.
Oh, cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I love vintage stuff. I'm not a purist by any means. For me, I embrace the technology, but I like to blend it with I like to bring it old school and new school into now school.
Yeah.
But, there are guys, I mean, Mark was that way. He used to have those tubes ready to blow up before he could get the sound he wanted. And it's just, if you're used to that, you can't plug into an amp modeler that sounds like that. If something isn't getting ready to break, it's not the real sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
But there are other guys that swear by it, and they have like 6 Marshall cabinets up on stage with no speakers in them, and they're plugging into one of those amp modeling things. You're thinking, oh wow.
That's amazing. But all right, that's it for me.
That's it. Okay.
59.
You got the names of the other days, right? That's what happened.
Yeah, Yeah, I got to come up with all new stuff with videos and stuff like that for all the other days. That'll be ready to go next Monday.
All right,
Okay,
Angus.
that's it. Listen, you know what? It's a work in progress, pal. We're doing fine. The children are still on the lawn, and
Yeah.
Yes,
that's what it is.
yes, they are. Oh, I was watching the show with the Paul McCartney guy,
Oh, Tony Kishman.
Tony Fishman. Yeah, last night. There's some pretty funny stuff in there.
Maybe I should throw that back on Thursday.
Well, if we're gonna try this new thing on Thursday, I have it already.
Oh no, Dad. Yes, let's do the new thing on Thursday.
New thing on Thursday.
Oh, what's it called?
Throwback Thursday.
Okay.
Back Thursday.
Just throwing a different pitch, aren't we, bud?
Okay.
That's right. That's right. All right.
All right. Well, thanks, Angus.
Yeah, man. Good to see you.
I see you later. See you later. See you.
Feeling
Bye. What's that?
I said I'm glad you're feeling better. No joke today.
No. I'll get there. I'll get there. Give me another week. I'll have some new jokes and stuff.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll leave you with this. I was going to tell it to Clark, and then I thought, man, he might not like it. But what do you call what do you call a beautiful girl on a trombone player's arm?
A tattoo.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming
Thanks,
down and bringing
Angus.
us down with you.
Bye. Okay.
And they pay us for doing this? Oh no, they don't. Okay. No, well then we can do whatever we
Hey,
want.
man. Laurie said fun night.
It was a fun night. It's
Yes, and thanks for another great show.
it's I get off my game when things don't go the
Michael
way.
said fun show. So
Okay,
there
well
you
then,
go.
hey,
Hey.
the hell with it. Fun show.
Sue
Fun-
said
that's-
fun
is
show.
that like-
All right.
Like Japanese decorating.
Fun show.
Oh, you do a fun show. Yeah, it's all over the
That's
place.
very not PC anymore. Can't do that kind of stuff.
Feng shui. I can do that,
Fun
but I can't
show.
do fun show. All right.
Oh,
well,
wait. Now, Kitty says tomorrow is voting day, so some people might be late for the show. I am sure I will be here in time. I hope. Well, I
I'm
hope so
sure you
too.
will too. We actually voted today. We got the
Yeah,
little
it was
stickers,
yesterday.
but they kept falling off
That
our
was
heads.
yesterday after we got the tires.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow, it seems like
filled
only
it out-
yesterday.
Well, we were waiting for our
Holy
car to get
shit.
tires.
I don't know what day it is
And then
anymore,
we
except
went
for
and
the
dropped it in. We went to the voting place and dropped it in a mailbox.
who gets tires on Sunday.
Us.
We do. It was fun.
All right, the kids are ready to go watch their
All right,
PBS
children, off to PBS.
tomorrow night.
And
Robert Allen, guitar
yes.
player.
guitar player, vintage sound pursuer. What? Okay.
Okay, and rock pile.
Rock pile. No, listen, no. The guy is the real deal and plays,
He played in
records
rock pile.
traditionally, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So, if I don't see you in the future, see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, kids. And cue the theme song.